Our today talk is on higher order thinking skills. A presentation on cultivating the cognitive skills essentials for success in 21st century. What is higher order thinking skill? Defining the why. Higher order thinking moves students past simple recall to complex processing of information, enabling them to solve problem and form judgments. Basically, thinking can be categorized in two levels. One is low order thinking and second is high order thinking. The focus of low order thinking is on memorization, restating facts, and basic comprehension, remembering and understanding, etc. While higher order thinking involves manipulation and synthesis of information, challenging assumptions, and creating new ideas through analyzing, evaluating, designing, and creating. The pillars of higher order thinking are analysis, evaluation, and creation. Basically, these skills make higher order thinking in anyone. These three interconnected skills form the apex of cognitive function, transforming data into insight and action. You can look on this model. The first element of this model is analysis. In analysis, we breaking down complex ideas into component parts to understand structure and relationship. The second component of higher order thinking is evaluation, judging the value, accuracy, or quality of information based on criteria and standard. The third one is creation, producing new or original work, synthesizing parts to form a cohesive novel whole. So, mastering these pillars empower learner to become critical thinker and innovative problem solver. From Bloom taxonomy to classroom, applying the revised Bloom taxonomy provide a practical framework for instructional design, ensuring learning activities target higher cognitive level. Base, you know, there are 6 levels in Bloom taxonomy. The first two level all, which are basic levels or base levels, are remembering and understanding. In these levels, we recall facts and grasp meanings. This is the very basic or low order thinking level. And the second phase is middle level, which is including on analyzing and evaluating cognitive level, which is basically break down ideas and judge the quality. And the final and the higher level of cognitive domain is creating, which design and produce original work basically. So we must intentionally design learning experiences that move beyond the foundational levels, dedicating classroom time to debate, critique, and project based assignments. Fostering higher order thinking strategy for educators. Implementing targeted instructional method shifts the focus from passive knowledge reception to active cognitive engagement. So these some instructional methods which are very helpful in enhancing and creating higher order thinking skill in learners. The first one is project based learning. Student investigate and respond to authentic complex questions requiring analysis and creation of solutions. The second one is Socratic seminars. In this instructional method, facilitate student led discussion based on open-ended question, pushing participant toward deep analysis and evaluation. The third one is case studies. Present real world scenario that demands students synthesize information and evaluate multiple perspectives before proposing a solution. Student engagement make higher order thinking relevant and exciting. When content connects to student lives and the world around them, the motivation to think critically increases dramatically. So, it is very necessary to connect abstract concept to current events and local community issues, and must integrate interdisciplinary challenges that require diverse skills application, which provide choice in projects and outputs, fostering ownership and creativity. The role of questioning, sparking deeper thought. Strategic question is the most powerful tool and an educator possesses for immediately stimulating higher cognitive function. The first style is shifting from what to how. Instead of asking for facts, ask students to explain process or justification. The second, what if scenarios. The educator must create what if scenario, encourage hypothetical thinking and prediction, forcing students to apply knowledge in novel context. The third approach must be applied and utilized is challenging assumptions. Ask questions that require students to justify their reasoning and critique underlying premises. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. This is said by Albert Einstein. Overcoming challenges, common hurdles, and solutions. Transitioning to a higher order thinking environment required addressing resistance from both student and institutional structure. These are some hurdles. One is student fear of failure or giving wrong answer. The first thing is fear of failure. The second is pressure to cover curriculum breadth instead of depth. Third is lack of professional development and higher order thinking strategies. The next one is assessment system focused purely on rote memorization. So these are some hurdles, and the next are the some practical solutions of these hurdles. The first one is cultivate a safe inquiry based classroom culture. The second is integrate higher order thinking into existing curriculum unit, focusing on quality or over quantity. Third one is utilize collaborative planning time for developing critical thinking tasks. The last one is adopt rubrics that reward process, complexity, and justification over single correct answer. Measuring higher order thinking, assessing deeper understanding. Traditional testing often fall short. Assessment must align with the complexity of higher order thinking skills being taught. The first approach of assessment and evaluation should be performance based assessment. Students demonstrate skills through projects, presentations, and lab experiments. The second approach should be metacognitive journals. Students reflect on their thinking process, explaining how they arrived at conclusion and what challenges they faced. And the third approach must be applied like analytical rubrics, clearly defined criteria for judging quality of analysis, evidence use, and originality of creation. So, for this purpose, must focus on assessment not only the final product but on the iterative process of problem solving and critique. Empowering minds, the future of learning with higher order thinking. By prioritizing higher order thinking, we equip students not just with knowledge but with the adaptability and critical consciousness required to navigate an unpredictable future. The fourth thing should be adopt, should be accepted by every mind which are looking to become a higher order thinker. The first one is innovation, the second is adaptability, resilience, and judgment. So these things empower the mind toward higher order thinking. So adaptability and acceptance of these skills and approaches are very necessary. Thank you very much for your time and attention.